Sunapee?
One of my friends she's younger than I am, but she teaches skiing to 3-year-olds. So she says she's really exhausted at the end of the day.
(2:00). The bewitching hour, we can call the December 17th meeting of the Laconia Police Commission to order. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll let the minutes show that recording secretary, executive assistant Laurie Marsh is present. Call the roll for commissioners. Commissioner Davis?
Here.
Commissioner Mello?
Here.
And Commissioner Warden is here. We have a quorum and we will proceed with the agenda. Let the minutes also show that Chief Matthew J. Canfield is here, as is his protective assistant. Okay, moving on to personnel matters. Accommodations and awards.
Nothing?
Resignations and retirements.
Nothing under this category, other than to mention we just had the luncheon for Lieutenant Butler and wish him a happy and healthy retirement. He will be staying on in a part-time capacity after the minimum separation time period of 30 days, so he'll be back in February and resume some duties on a part-time basis.
What do people need to do to maintain their certification or?
So he'll have the regular in-service training requirements, but his certification continues in a part-time capacity, so just the regular in-service training.
Any difference between part-time, full-time in terms of certification, or is it?
Nope.
Just the same?
It's the same.
Promotion and classification change.
Nothing?
Command staff report. Support division, Captain Grayton.
I just picked up the new Ford F-250 truck from Lettering, so that is all set to go. It's got all the lights on it, the radio, it's all lettered up, so that can be in service now. Still waiting to hear on the other 3 cruisers. I just sent another email to Steve at Irwin Ford to find out when those are gonna be in. Last I knew, they were supposed to have been in about a month ago. Have not seen those yet. Building, right now, the computer system that runs the heat controls in the building, that died. So where the heat is at is where the heat is stuck right now.
We have heat?
We have heat, yes, we do. Yeah, otherwise it would be a big, bigger issue. So the HVAC company is building the software. They're gonna have to reinstall, they're gonna have to install new software on the server for the controls for the HVAC system. They're in the process of doing that now. Amy has authorized them to do that. And that the building's pretty good. No other issues there.
The last time we met, last time I was in, till today was the room, I don't know what you call it, the room for the, all the command stuff. Is that done or is that still in progress?
It's close.
Yeah,
They're supposed to be here on January 19th to do the install of all the screens, all the desks, the credenza, all the hardware and software. They're supposed to start the install then. Recently, they had the electrical company pull all the cables that go from the screens to all the different computer systems. So those were all pulled. The carpet has been replaced and is now acceptable.
Good.
That was redone again for what, the third time?
It was.
So,
You've
yeah,
added like four new rooms, I mean, all told.
we've added 4 rooms.
I mean, you
We've rearranged. well,
rearranged.
That was the one room and the hallway, right, and then we had to change the doorways for the other 2 offices. Yeah. So that was some
Right.
construction there.
Yep.
But that's all complete.
Operations Division, Chief Canfield.
So they have 3 recruits going to the January Academy. All 3 of them passed their PT test on the 15th of this month. So that is good news. They are currently using Power Ready. It's a new FTO program software, so everything is, instead of in Google Docs, it's in the main computer server. So there's full access to that throughout the department based on credentials. And yesterday, Lieutenant Noyes and Officer Briggs attended the Highway Safety Conference in Concord yesterday.
Hirings, any hirings in the works right now?
We have 2 that are in the completion phases of their background investigations. We anticipate being able to recommend to the commission a hire in January. They've tentatively been given a start date of January 5th, and they'll come before you at the January commission meeting. We have several others that are in the process, in various stages of the process, but none to the background phase as of yet.
Moving on to commission action. Acceptance of the minutes of the previous meeting. You've all received copies of the minutes.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes from the last meeting as written.
There is a second?
second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion made by Commissioner Mello, seconded by Commissioner Davis, passes unanimously. The meeting minutes of November 19th are accepted as distributed. You've also received a copy of the schedule of notice of holidays for 2026. Any questions or comments? Do I hear a motion to approve the proposed holidays?
Make a motion, we approve the holidays.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion made by Commissioner Mello passes, seconded by Commissioner Davis, passes unanimously. The notice of holidays for 2026 have been approved. Review of monthly activity reports. Department of Monthly Highlights, Chief Canfield.
Our calls for service are up. For the month of November, we responded to a total of 2,375 calls for service. Corresponding month last year was at 2323, so up slightly, about 9% overall. We've conducted 182 park walk-in talks in the month of November, 626 extra patrol requests, conducted 15 community policing events, 279 criminal offenses were investigated, clearing 178 of those by arrest, making a total of 86 physical custody arrests. We took 8 people into custody for DWI, 19 people into custody for intoxication, responded to a total of 16 domestic disturbance calls, 47 other disturbances, 6 suicidal subjects, investigated 7 violation restraining orders, and our victim services unit volunteered 8 hours of their time for the month of November.
Questions or comments? Moving on to the criminal investigative unit statistics. Captain Creighton.
During the month of November, they performed they were assigned 5 initial cases. They did 4 follow-ups, 1 felony and arrest, 1 felony charges, 1 misdemeanor arrest, 1 misdemeanor charges. They served 6 search warrants. Registered 16 sex offenders and received 8 cyber tips. For those are computer-related investigations. 2 background investigations, 2 field interviews, 7 drug intel sheets were received. They covered 15 hours of patrol shifts, performed 3 polygraphs, 85 hours of training, 4 hours of community presentations, 46 body-worn camera redactions, 8 TLO checks, 8.5 hours at committee meetings, 7 hours in court, and 2 hours of community outreach.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, moving on to budget printouts. Chief Canfield.
Captain, do you want to take that one?
Sure. So up to when these were run on December 9th, we are currently $51,000 under budget. Any question on any of the lines?
No, looks good.
Questions, comments? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to monthly traffic statistics. Captain, again, it's yours.
There were 150 parking tickets issued in November. We had 27 total accidents, 2 with injury. Motor vehicle stops, 421 stops, 18 summonses, and 349 warnings.
Just had a couple of questions, if I can. Between October and November, it's quite an increase
For,
for, I think here, let me see.
parking tickets was an
Parking
increase
tickets.
because the winter parking ban goes into effect
Parking
in
ban.
November. That's why the big increase there.
The other one is, we had, it hasn't affected around here fortunately, but I read in the paper, Concord Monitor mostly, but some of the people that are trying to evade police and they're up to like 120 miles an hour. I mean, how does that work if you're pursuing somebody at that rate of speed?
We probably wouldn't.
Probably wouldn't.
No. I mean, a lot of it depends on the traffic conditions, the weather conditions, time of day, time of night. So if it's during the middle of the day, I know that wouldn't happen. That's too dangerous to do that.
Yeah.
We have a very strict policy on that as far as when they're able to pursue. It's got to be a physical custody arrest for a felony. So that makes a difference. Obviously, if someone just murdered someone, the risk of engaging that pursuit is probably a little bit more legit than if it's just a motor vehicle offense. That being said, with our body-worn cameras and our in-car cameras, it's a really good resource that we can use for investigative purposes after the fact because it does capture the initial video footage that we can enhance or zoom in after the fact and maybe get a plate number, vehicle description, maybe some kind of video of the driver, depending on the circumstance, but give us some bit of investigative material that we can use to go back and try to research who the driver was and issue him a summons or arrest at a later date.
Yeah, just had a question about that because, I read about it, it's like extremely dangerous, I would think. And the ones I read about usually ended up in a crash somewhere, so.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
Moving on to monthly fleet report. Captain Creighton.
Any questions on that?
Hearing none, we'll move forward to the chief's report. Chief Canfield.
So far, year-to-date for drug overdoses, for 2025, we responded to a total of 19 drug overdose calls, with one, maybe two suspected fatal overdoses. So as you know, compared to a number of years ago, those statistics are way, way, way down. For Spider Tech, the text message notification and survey rate that we've introduced a couple years ago, for the month of November, we sent out a total of 1,331 text messages to callers. That's down slightly by 13%. Our survey completion rate is down a little bit, 18.3%. No, I'm sorry, it's at 18.3%, down about 3.1%. We are starting the Coffee with a Cop program, again, starting in January. We are going to schedule this on a monthly basis at different locations. Detective Eric Adams is helping with this as far as reaching out to venues to hold this. But we're looking to do this once a month throughout the year of 2026. In addition to that, we'll also be doing a Citizen Police Academy. This will be geared towards residents at the Taylor community. This will be starting on January 15th through March 12th. It'll be every Thursday from 1 to 3 p.m. up at the Taylor home. So we'll be bringing officers up to teach them what we do, everything from patrol to detectives to admin. The residents up there, I think, are very excited for it, and I think it makes it easier. We're bringing the program to them. So when we reached out to them, they were very excited about that. The city council recently approved, as you know, we take in a number of found bicycles throughout the year, in excess of 100 bicycles. Years ago, we used to have an auction at the police station. They would get auctioned off, and the proceeds would go back to the general fund of the city. Since then, it transitioned, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, whereas all that material was brought to the White Farm down in Concord. The proceeds were auctioned off, and again, the money went to the general fund. Alan Beadle from the Well Trail approached me on this, as well as a couple of the counselors. The city council has approved of us going back to holding the auction at the police station. The proceeds from the bicycles will go directly to fund the Well Trail. So this is something that the Wow Trail is going to take on themselves as far as running the auction, hire an auctioneer. We'll assist them with the logistics of getting the bicycles out and stuff like that, but it's nice to see that those funds will go to support the maintenance and upkeep of the Wow Trail.
When will that happen? Do you have a rough
I've
idea of?
been talking to Kevin Dunleavy. He was hoping for the beginning of June. There were some people that were gonna be out of town until April or May. So he was hoping for the end of June, if not the end of June. But we were hoping maybe before Motorcycle Week to make that happen.
Good.
Certainly wanna do it when there's still good riding time out there, you know, for most of the summer, where kids can get a bicycle for a relatively inexpensive price. Last week, we underwent our CLIA web-based assessment for year 1 of our new CLIA accreditation. There was a number of interviews conducted throughout the week with a number of different people throughout the police department. The assessor was very impressed with the department, and I just have an email that he sent me saying that the report was submitted for final review and approval by the commission. He didn't see any issues with our assessment. One thing he did note that it was a pleasure to work with our agency on the annual assessment, and then he particularly called out accreditation manager Robin Moyer for performing exceptionally in her role and representing the agency with professionalism throughout the CLIA annual assessment. This is a stressful week for Robin throughout the whole assessment, but also leading up to that in the many weeks beforehand when they go into our files and they're asking questions and want clarification and follow up on it. So I look forward to a successful reaccreditation assessment report in the near future. Just a reminder that this Friday, December 19th at noon is the city employee Christmas appreciation luncheon for all city employees, boards, and commissions. So you're invited to attend that as well. And then I just have one other thing. I just want to go over the quarterly Spider Tech report. How did he switch to the?
Want me to go get Nick?
Yeah. How do you set to switch this? Direction.
That turned it completely off, or the. It's not there anymore. Oh, no, it's not. It's not on that screen now. Let's see.
There it is.
Five.
Got it.
Oh, it's up on this screen now,
Is it now?
okay.
Good. All right, so this is the quarterly review that I'd like to start sharing with the commission. As you remember, this is the text messaging that we send for every call, as well as the satisfaction survey as well.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
So the Laconia Police Department sent a total of 5,337 messages from July 1st through September 30th. And I can give you a copy of this. I won't go through each line. Most of them were the survey invites at 1,533, followed by acknowledgement of the initial CAD call, which is when they call the police department and the calls originated. That's at 1,250 text messages. The top sent CAD acknowledgement messages were mostly for officer wanted, followed by welfare checks and motor vehicle complaints. Disposition was, most of them came in for officer. And so the quarterly breakdown, this is what I really want to share with the commission, is the customer satisfaction surveys for that time period. 81%, the blue area, were very satisfied, followed by the green area, which was satisfied, which is another 11%, followed by the yellow area, which was neither satisfied nor dissatisfied. So if you add those, really, very satisfied, satisfied, and not either way, we're looking at close to the 90 percentile of satisfaction with our residents here in the city of Laconia with the police department. So doing a job that not everybody's happy with the outcome, whether it be a favorable arrest that they don't agree with or whatnot, I think that completion rate is very high. If you look at the very dissatisfied, it's at 2%. So how, now this breaks it down into particular categories. How satisfied are you with the response time to your call? Again, those remarks are pretty high, bearing in mind that response to in progress or priority calls have to take a precedence over non-priority calls. How satisfied are you with the professionalism of the Laconia Police or Laconia police officer with whom you interacted? Again, very satisfied, it was 87%. The green area was 10%, so that brings us to 97%. And then the neither satisfied nor satisfied was another 2%. So that's at 98% of people that interacted with the Laconia Police Department during this quarter that filled out this survey were satisfied with us. And if you look at the very dissatisfied rate, it's at 1%. So that's, to me, those are very high marks. Overall, how satisfied were you with the Laconia Police Department in general? Again, we see remarks as very satisfied is 78%. The green is satisfied is 11%. The yellow is neither satisfied nor dissatisfied. So we're looking at, you know, again, we're looking at close to 90% or just over 90% for that time period. How safe do you feel living in or being in the city of Laconia? These marks dropped somewhat, but they're still, I think they're still pretty high. Extremely safe was at 47%. I'm sorry, it was at 23%, followed by safe was at 47%, followed by neither safe nor unsafe at 20%. So that's still the vast majority of people feel safe living and visiting the city of Laconia. Top categories that we sent messages on were crimes against person, property crime, and theft. I don't think that's any surprise. Updates on case status. The majority of them were suspended versus, or followed by closed, open, or active cases. Did that go back?
Went back to the screen,
Good. Oh, to that screen.
to the screensaver screen.
Now go back to the.
Okay, great. So I can certainly get you a copy. I think there might be a copy in the packet. If there isn't, I can get you a copy of it, but I just wanted to share that with you. I think that's some useful information that we get on a quarterly basis based on the software that I think is a great reflection on the overall way we perform our job in the Laconia Police Department.
Questions or comments? Moving on to old business,
Nothing?
new business,
Nothing?
other business,
Nothing?
citizen comments. Hearing none, we'll move on to confirmation of the next meeting date.
I won't be in town for the next one. I could do a week after.
The 21st
24th.
of January.
Or the week before. Well, yeah, probably not the week before, but I could do the week before, just not on a Wednesday afternoon.
When's that?
I'll be away on the 21st for that, most of that week, other than Monday, which is a vacation.
Does the 28th work?
28th works, yeah, anytime that week.
28th,
Works for me.
January 28th. 2 o'clock, same place?
I gotta make sure that just one second, that, actually, I'll have to check with Betsy to see if the room is available, but let's keep it as that, and then
Okay,
if it's
double
not,
check.
we'll check.
Anything else for the good of the order? And hearing none, accept the motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Like that?
All in favor?
Right?
Aye.
Aye. Motion made by Commissioner Mello, seconded by Commissioner Davis, passes unanimously. And the meeting was adjourned at 2:27.